We have two eastern screech owls here with us today. We have a red morph or rufous morph over here, and this gentleman over here is a, excuse me, young lady, is a gray morph. His name is Red and her name is Tuesday. They've both came to us to Boyd Hill for the same purpose. Somebody had them illegally as a pet, so they don't know what it's like to be a bird. They are habituated to humans. They don't know the stuff they need to know that they would have learned from their parents had they been left to the wild.
So they can't be re-released?
No. These guys are the smallest owl we have in Florida, and they are quite populous here in Pinellas County. Several years back, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife did a study and came up that St. Petersburg, Florida has the largest concentration of eastern screech owls. They like large insects like cockroaches and moths that you see flying around lamps. They also like small rodents, mice, voles, and they will go after small lizards in Florida to get those in the mold.
We've got all of those.
Plenty of food for them, yes. Their name, screech owl, is not exactly an accurate name. They don't really screech. Their call is a monotonic trill, and they also do a whinny. Sounds just like a horse. Not impressed. Some amazing things. Their eyes are fixed in place. They are actually not eyeballs, they're eye tubes. They are tubular in shape, extending from here toward the back of his head. Density of rods in their eyes that helps them see at night. Rods help with black and white and motion. In addition, they have what's common in crepuscular nocturnal creatures. They have what's called eye shine, which is a membrane behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects any unused light back to the eyes to help with night vision. Well, they can turn their neck 270 degrees just like the great horned owl. That little neck has double the vertebrae that mammals have. All mammals have 7 vertebrae, including giraffe. Vertebrae in that neck, and they're a different design. All 14 have the same capacity of mobility, whereas in our neck bones gradually become more and more like thoracic. So the main part of our motion, 50%, comes from C1 and C2, the first 2 vertebrae in our neck.
This little guy has more bones than a giraffe in his neck. Has the mobility.
You can see a burrowing owl actually turn its head upside down.
Oh, hello!
Well, I can see the different color. Does that make one of them more easy to see for other predators? Or at least maybe it's just completely due to their environment?
Well, the coloration, 80% of the population roughly will be the gray population.
Okay.
Red or rufous is a genetic mutation called erythiasm, which also happens to cause the same mutation in humans, red hair.
Gotcha. So he's the ginger bird.
Yep.
And then this one over here is the one that camouflages more easily.
He would camouflage more so in a pine tree.
Nice.
Versus he would camouflage against an oak tree. If you want to take him over there.
Oh yeah, let's show that.
Of course, they have all the traits that you see in the larger raptors. They have the sharp talons for grasping. And of course, the word raptor comes from raptire, the Latin word to grasp or to hold. That's how they get the name raptor, because they catch their prey with those talons. Also, he has this sharp beak that he will use like a knife and fork. The talons being the fork, the beak being the knife. So if he cannot swallow his prey whole, he will hold it and use the beak.
This is Aldo, and he's a barred owl. It's B-A-R-R-E-D.
Not to be confused with the barn owl.
Correct. Here in Florida, we have 2 dark-eyed owls, and the barred owl is one of them, and the other one is the barn owl.
Oh, look at those eyes. Another reason they're probably confused with each other. Their names are so similar, and then they both have these super dark eyes.
Correct. Okay, now Donna talked about the nictitating membrane.
To protect its eye when it goes for the attack?
blue milky color. He does it a lot. See?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Hoping you can see that at home. That's the nictitating membrane over its eye to protect it. When it goes in for the kill, if something tries to scrape at its eyes, it protects them.
And their ears are like right behind their eyes. And they also have that facial disc.
To collect the sound and send it right back behind its eye.
With all the little phyloplumes that channel all the sound to the ears. Okay, so now Aldo, he gets 3 mice, but I cut it up into bite-sized
bite-sized mice pieces.
Correct. So, okay, he's focused at stuff going on. Okay, Aldo, he likes...
Oh boy, you gotta watch that finger, don't you?
He likes the skull.
Yeah.
They like swampy areas.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, so you notice that compared to the great horned owl, the great horned owl had feathers all the way down to the talons.
Oh yeah.
His don't come all that way.
And that difference, what's the
Well,
reason?
because they're in water more. The great horned owls don't like the water.
But this bird that likes swamps is in the
Yes.
water more, so
Are you gonna take this?
you don't need those feathers. What?
Hi, this is Archie. She's our great horned owl. They're known as tigers of the sky, and because they're fearless and they're apex predators.
Which means, for the kids at home, there's nothing above them.
Right, they're at the top of the food chain. One mean hunting machine. Everything about her, she's really, really strong in all of, you know, her eyes, her hearing, her beak, and her feet. They call these ear tufts or tufts, but they're not really ears. They're just for camouflage so that, you know, they could blend into the barks of the trees.
Wow. So kids, those aren't ears.
Yeah,
It's not hair growing out of the ear either.
No. So their ears are directly behind their eyes. Actually, they hunt using their eyes, but more usually they use their hearing. Like they could hear a mouse under a foot of snow or under a group of leaves. Their feathers are serrated. So they have silent flight.
That is so cool.
So they go after the mouse. And if the mouse moves and they're flying toward it, their feathers don't make any noise and the mouse never hears them coming.
Wow.
The air. So if we want to do a little example, turkey vulture, what's its prey? It hunts dead things. So does it matter if the prey hears them?
No. You hear how loud that is? That's just so easy to hear.
Now, great horned owl.
Zero noise.
And their eyes are fixed, so you notice that as she moves her head, if she hears something there, she has to move her head. Her eyes,
on cue. She turned her head all around.
her eyes don't move.
Just a note about the fixed eyes for students that are watching this. The fixed eyes mean you and I can roll our eyes around, and this bird will roll his head around. He can't turn his eyes side to side, keeping his head stationary. If he wants to look left, he's got to turn his whole head, not just his eyes.
Their feet. We had a pressure meter, a grip meter, and I was able to do 50 on one hand.
Nice, nice. Power. Okay.
Now, they do 300 plus.
Wow.
To start off with.
To start with, so they can get up to.
Yeah, depending where you would measure it.
Wow.
I've heard high numbers.
I've heard high numbers too. I've heard as high as 3,000.
Exactly, exactly.
Which is insane, which is crushing a baseball.
Right. Well,
no pain, no gain.
Their talons lock in. The bones have a ratchet system.
Ooh, very cool.
So when they're flying with their prey, they don't have to exert pressure because they're locked in.
So it's just and just locks.
Like a vice grip. Yes,
wow.
And it's locked in there, and good luck getting out. Okay, one question I like to ask is, how much does she weigh?
I had said 18 to 25 pounds, somewhere around there, thinking that's a big bird. It must weigh that much.
It is. Well, the truth is she weighs all of 3 pounds and maybe a quarter.
She weighs like a mouse. I mean, she's just...
Well, because she has a lot of feathers.
Hollow bones.
And the hollow bones, correct.